is. Something like that. Jaime's. Forget the Jaime's. Jaime's Body Lube. It's the best there. I said it. And this is the after the free agency show. The big free agency day. Made my predictions yesterday. Didn't hit too many of them. There's a couple that I hit that I was right about. But overall, it's pretty interesting day, to say the least. That's for sure, for a couple of teams. Here we got Rico in the house, of course, and I might as well just get started right on it with your favorite team there in Toronto. I'm not going to say anything. What do you figure? What do you think about what the Leafs did here in free agency?
I'd probably give him about a B. I mean, there was some things that were a little bit concerning. One of the names on the close to being on the All Pearlo team, like a Jack Roslovich. We were talking about him.
Now he's directly on the ball.
I know. It's like he doesn't really fit in your top six, and you can't really put him in your bottom six type guy. Then, oh well, he did score 20 goals last year. That's everybody's basically answer to Jack Roslovich. But I mean, he couldn't crack it with the Oilers, and he was playing with McDavid and Draisaitl and stuff, and like he couldn't take off with them. So I mean, Nick Paul's Nick Paul from 5 years ago. I love Nick Paul, but I mean, he played a little more than half a season last year, and he was a solid minus player and didn't hit double digits in goals at all. And so, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if there's a bounce back for him this year. But I mean, overall, I'd consider it about a B. I mean, you added Colton Sissons, not a bad guy. So that they added a couple of guys that seems to, so Austin Matthews isn't taking all the defensive zone draws anymore. At least they got some two-way guys in their bottom six with decent centermen that they can basically put in a defensive zone draws like a Sissons. And I mean, people are thinking Rostovich is going to play center or Bluger, and I don't know. I mean, the bottom six is a bit of a mush, but I mean, some people have Rostovich on the second line. I see him on the third line. I mean, Matthews, Nyes, Nylander on the first, and then Tavares on the second line. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, Bobrovsky was all right. I guess people like the Bobrovsky number and the term. I guess the number is what he wanted, but he was probably going after a little bit more term, and they probably held him there to 3 years max, and then just gave him the AAV that he wanted. Like, they shipped out Robertson, brought in Duhaime. Stetcher, I didn't think was too bad of a deal. I mean, Carlo's gone, so I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with Darren Radish there, or with Morgan Riley, if they're going to move him or not. But overall, I'd say about a B. It's got a lot of bottom six in and out guys for Toronto. So I haven't followed too much of that Brandon Duhaime guy. I've heard of his name and stuff before, but
I don't think they did much better than they did with Waugh and Michelli and everybody.
Yeah,
they did last year. I know one thing. I'm guessing they're doing their. I know one thing. Shaka says he's not showing it in any of these moves. Roslovich, 22 goals. He gets in that one spot where he can score from. And besides that, he's a complete, like, you play him in your bottom six, they'll see it, I guess. Maybe people will see it. I don't know if they know what they're looking at. He's clueless in the zone. Nick Paul, I mean, he's got to get, like you said, back to where he was 3 years ago. Last year was absolutely horrible for him. Colton Sissons, he's a fourth liner. I think Teddy Bluger will be should be ahead of Colton Sissons. I would say that's one of the better moves. Brandon Duhaime is always great in the sense that he comes to play every day. Like, you never have to worry about what you're getting from Brandon Duhaime. That's not a bad move. But what's he getting? 2.5? I think Brandon Duhaime is at 2.5 is way better value than Roslovic at 4. Way better. So Colton Sissons at 4 is high. Maybe they can trade these guys at the deadline if things go south and they can get picks for them, or I don't really know what they're doing, honestly. Bobrovsky, I just did a video on it. He really has been kind of overrated even when they were winning cups, although 3 years ago he was good. Maybe he can come back, but I thought maybe they were bringing Bob in for the purpose of drawing Marchenko, because Marchenko has said that he's not re-signing in Columbus. I know that they know each other off the ice, so but I don't really see. It's pretty meh. I give him C-ish, maybe C-, something like that. But nothing really spectacular about the moves here. They're trading Robertson to Pittsburgh. There's a lot of alarm bells going on about the fact that Pittsburgh was in on his brother. So maybe that's a possibility there, that that was like a little extra juice to try to get his brother from Dallas. But I think Dallas is going to sign Robertson. I do. I think they're going to throw the $14 million out there. They're going to bail in next year, wait for the cap to go up, and try to redo it all over again. It's just too hard to lose a guy like Robertson if you can at all help it. So, for as far as Toronto, I'm not really that big on that.
Thank God they got
Lightning 2 times 8.5. That's got to feel bad if you're Carolina. They were offering him 10. But John Carlson to the Lightning 2 times 8.5.
That's wicked that they got him for 2 years. I mean, that's
yeah. Not a bad move at all there. On to the next thing. I should timestamp this, actually. Did I? San Jose. Well, on to the next thing. The big thing that a lot of people are talking about, of course, are the Edmonton Oilers and the San Jose Sharks. San Jose makes a trade for Nurse. They're getting just absolutely wrecked. San Jose Sharks fans are coming out on Twitter. I haven't seen them for a long time. They're getting wrecked over this deal for Nurse and the Trouba deal. I think we were talking about it before. Trouba has a long-standing membership to the Jaime's Club for sure. I understand that at 8.5, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's way too much money. There's no doubt about that. I think Nurse is going to look better in San Jose than he did in Edmonton, and you're never going to find out if that was the case, because I like what Edmonton is doing there. I think they're probably going to add a top 6, and that the problem that they had there will be gone, and all the defensemen will look better. So Nurse is going to leave and go to San Jose, but I mean, I like their top 12 much better than I like their top 12 much better than Edmonton's looked last year. I think Nurse will have a better time of it in San Jose. I mean, he's never going to crush, but I get it. They got to hit the cap floor. The Trouba deal is. Do you need to hit the cap floor that bad? Ferraro went to Winnipeg for 4 times. That was a great pickup by Winnipeg. Holy crap. Why don't you just pay Ferraro 8 if you're going to pay Trouba? They're about the same. But what do you think about those deals, bud?
I know Jason Demers went on there because I guess he covers the Sharks or whatever, and one of the bigger things he said was about Trouba's leadership. And I'm like, holy fuck, leadership. The guy doesn't even block shots.
I know. I've never seen a guy have a profile or perception like Trouba's that is so far off of what he actually is.
Yeah, because he was just laying people out, right? So he got the tough man mentality. He probably blocked shots, get in people's face. He's probably good defensively. You know, it's just hard to play against. But
yeah, he does kind of block shots, but the reason why he blocks shots is because he's in his own zone so much. He used to drive play, but he didn't even do that last year. Now that was on number one. He's going to get less minutes in San Jose. Maybe not. He's going to get less minutes actually.
Dude, you're going to put him on the first line with Dickinson. Watch. Yeah. Put him on the first line pair with Dickinson.
Yeah, there's going to be number one pair with Orlov or Dickinson there. Good thing for them. They're set up on their top 9 pretty good, so that'll help out. But Jacob Trouba, pride of University of Michigan. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's been a more overrated. This guy is just continually gets the contracts over and
That's
over.
What
and
it
over.
is. He's not a bad defenseman. It's just when you see that number attached to him, that's when you're kind of like,
yeah, he's probably an average second pair, like Nurse. Something like that. I don't know. I haven't seen him play second pair before. He's not a number one. I know that. And he's not an $8.5 million player. That's for sure. But I guess they had to hit the cap floor. Maybe they couldn't find anybody else out there that was willing to come to San Jose. It's hard to say. It's weird. I like the Marchment pickup, though. That was really good. If you're going to overpay for someone, Marchment's a guy to overpay for. Good 3-zone guy, tough. They needed that kind of thing in the lineup. I have no problems with that whatsoever. I thought that was really good. I'm going to send this out here.
Yeah, happy Canada Day to all our Canadian listeners.
Oh, yeah. It's happy Canada Day to everybody. I did a little celebration of Canada Day today. I watched John Candy, a couple of his stuff. I love John Candy. It's like one of my favorites. He's one of the I love Canadian comedy anyways, but it's one of his stuff that he did, his movies, or when he was on SCTV. I should probably do that too. Go back and watch some SCTV stuff. All that SCTV stuff. That's one of the few movies that I'll watch over and over again. Anything to do with John Candy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles will make me laugh every single time. Just as hard as I watched it the first time. So,
Summer Rental, Uncle Buck.
Summer Rental, Uncle Buck. Yeah, man. That guy was awesome.
They go to that nice seafood restaurant on the pier, and they're like, oh, this looks nice. Scully's catch of the day. That's probably some nice fresh fish. Probably something that they look at the boats, honey. They're going out there fishing. They probably bring the fish right back in here. And all of a sudden, then the waiter's like, he just ordered 2 Scully's catches of the day. And then the guy opens up a little trap from the basement. He's like, got it. 2 Scully's catches of the day. And he holds up like a Captain Highliner's box. It's called Scully's catch of the day.
Yeah, I just caught it.
Yeah.
He passes it to the chef. There, you caught it.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, man.
Hey.
All of his stuff is absolutely hilarious. I love John Candy. All right, we'll stick with that in mind. We'll stick to Canadian teams here. The Edmonton Oilers. Now, I'm no longer an Edmonton Oilers fan, as people know, but I cannot. I got to say, I think they did. Oh, we didn't even that Muckleman Doolin kid. He's been improving every year. You can't say that that's a bad return. What do you think, Rico?
I mean, they never, retained on anything there. And then they signed that Ryan Shea guy. So you look at the defensive core, it's kind of shaping up a little bit different now. I mean, they re-signed Kapanen. They took a flyer on Freddie Anderson. Don't mind that. all short term, so just a 1-year deal. Devin Levi will be there. Connor Murphy. I mean, Dickinson's back. So Oilers doing not too bad here. That deal in particular, yeah. I mean, to get McAmadulin back with another prospect for Nurse with no retention, just so they could sign that Ryan Shea guy. I think that's a win for the Oilers.
Yeah, contextually speaking, I would say that's really good. I like that podcast with Rhett Warner on it, and they were all, "How you're not getting anything back? You're going to have to pay." And I don't think that was a bad tick at all. He is very overpaid, and he had a very small. He only had. They were able to convince him to go to San Jose, really. Yeah. I like that McAmadulin kid. I liked him when they picked him up from New Jersey. I can't remember who they traded to New Jersey in that deal, but I thought I liked him then. I liked him when they drafted him. I remember I call him Muckama what the fuck, just because it's fun to say that. But what is it? He said Boldy. Yeah, Boldy signed for $7 million NHL All-Star. He's making the same as Boldy. Boldy signed that 4 years ago, dude. This is a little different now in the end. This is a lot. He signed that pretty much when COVID was going on. So yeah, it's the cap has gone up, and you're seeing way too much. You're seeing much more bigger contracts. I don't think it's a terrible contract for San Jose. Anderson, they signed Anderson for $1 million, probably going to end up being 2.9. All right, though, it's just what I was saying. All Stars sent me a message on Twitter here. You're not in Carolina anymore. I don't know, unless Babcock's going to quickly turn that team into a three-zone man-on-man defensive system that took Brindamore like 5 years to develop, and with the team that he has. I don't think I don't see Anderson doing as well in Edmonton as he did in Carolina. We were bad, especially in the regular season. The last couple of years, Anderson has looked terrible. So, what do you think, Rico?
Yeah, I mean, it's availability with him too. So, I mean, who's there? It's Jari and Anderson and Devin Levi. Those are the three goalies for the Oilers there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jari, Levi, and Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Anderson can stay healthy, I mean, he's there. He won a cup. He might just be what Edmonton needs. Somebody just calm in the net. But I guess the McAmadulin trade, I think that was it. He was involved in that Timo Meier trade, right? The New Jersey Timo Meier to San Jose.
It was Timo Meier. Good call.
Yeah. I was trying to think of who was in that trade, but no, I mean, dude, it could be Tristan Jarry. I don't know, getting the short end of the stick here, to being Anderson and Levi in the crease for most of the year. Who knows? But
well, let's put it this way: if Levi beats out Jarry, then Levi beats out Jarry. I guess they put him in the minors or something. I don't know. You can put him on waivers, but ain't nobody picking up that contract, I don't think. Who knows?
They were probably trying desperately to move him this offseason.
Oh,
like this summer, they're probably working on that.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. They probably tried attaching him to Darnell Nurse and seeing if San Jose would bite on that too.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt. I don't know. They would definitely have to give up something for Jarry. If they actually don't have to give up anything to get rid of Jarry, that is freaking yeoman's work, man. Holy shit. But I also love the defenseman they picked up from Pittsburgh. Shea. What a great pickup that was. He's basically like Nurse but at what, half the price?
Mm-hmm.
He's about as good as Nurse is at half the price. They got their second pair because up until our second, I didn't think they had a second pair D yet until they picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Wallman is that. Wallman hasn't showed to be that for 2 years now. That moves
Mm-hmm.
Wallman down to the third pairing. I really like that. They put Shea with Murphy, who's kind of borderline, but excellent move as far as I'm concerned.
Ekholm, Bouchard, Shea Murphy, then Wallman, and somebody. Yeah. Dude,
McMillan and who did they pick up for that right D? Did they do something there?
Can't remember.
It was up until this all happened. Did you, if you're following the Twitter feed, like Edmonton Oilers fans were just losing their shit along for something to happen. Yeah, Shea Medullin, Shea Murphy probably, Wallman, Medullin. They may mix it up to put the stronger player with the however they wish to do it, but somebody posted here right after, a guy that I follow, saying, posted up saying, "Is this not the top 5 defense in the league?" I'd have to look through. I wouldn't go that far, but no, it's definitely not a top 5 defense in the league. But I think it's not too bad, man. It's not too bad for sure. It's for what they had to work with and how they could. What they had to work with the Nurse trade and all that, I think they came out pretty clean here. They also signed Kasperi Kapanen back, and I don't mind him in that third pairing. I don't. Savoy keeps on. Savoy, he really developed at a pretty good pace last year. I'm not sure he can still hang with top comp, but I don't mind it. And they still got room to get a. If they get a top 6, and I'm hearing Giroux. If they pull Giroux out of here, okay, I'll say it right now. I'll be on Edmonton for a chance to win the cup next year. Say it right now. I'm not sure about the goal. I'm not sure about
bucks on Florida, man. You can't say that.
No, I'm saying I'm not going to say I'm going to bet it, but I actually feel like last year before the season started, I was like, no way Edmonton's winning a cup this year. This year, with these moves, I can at least say if they won the cup, it wouldn't be like a surprise to me or anything.
Yeah. Well, Edmonton has to go to work, man. The clock's ticking on McDavid, so you better make the right choices.
Yeah. Did Keegan even want to go to Detroit? I was going to check to see if Keegan Colasar had trade protection there. This is what I'm saying here with that MGM contract that he signed with Wayne Gretzky to do those commercials. I don't know how long that contract was. If it's super long, it's possible that McDavid took this light bag for them to be able to fill their roster spots, and then he signs a big contract after this. And if that's the case, man, put up a statue of McDavid right away. He doesn't have to do that. Yeah, NHL All-Star bets, Roslovic for 2 times 4. Good thing it's only 2 years, but that's outrageous. That's an outrageous price for Roslovic, no doubt about it. Anything else Edmonton did here? Oh, they got Matthew Joseph. What did they pay him? $1 million. He's going to be doing a lot of. I mean, as long as there's no injuries. I wonder if he's even better than Frederick.
Yeah, the Roslovic contract should have been $4 million total, 2 years times 2.
I think that's what it was. Oh no, yeah, 4 years, 2 years times 2.
4 years per. It should have been
at
2
most.
million per.
Yeah, that's a big overpayment for.
How's this guy?
I wouldn't even sign him for that personally, but if you're going to sign him, yeah, I agree with you. That's about what it should have signed for.
It's one of those things where they just show him the 20 goals, and then 20 goal scorers should get $4 million a year, but analytics team should know better than that. But you know what they're saying is he's buddies with Matthews, so, and they were hoping maybe that Werenski wouldn't decide to just take his ball and go back home to Columbus because he's friends with Werenski as well as Matthews.
Oh, is he buddies with Matthews? Really? Okay,
yeah,
that explains it.
Yeah,
that explains
and Werenski. So before Werenski decided he's just going to stay in Columbus, and this noise got out of hand and stuff with the trade requests and all this shit. Now he's like, I want to win in Columbus, but apparently he's buddies with Roslovic too. So maybe that's the angle they were trying to go with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you can do that with a lot of maybe you can do that with a lot of these moves with Toronto, and it's always something you got to look at. Like Chicago with Byram, that is so much freaking Jaime's up in Bedard as you could possibly get. Like that is we are making damn good and sure we're signing Bedard, because Bedard and Byram, they train with each other all summer and hang out with each other in BC. That was so much get this guy's buddy and make sure we can sign him. I'm not saying that Byram had a good jump last year, and they've been looking for, like, people have been waiting for Byram to do what he did last year his whole career. So if he continues in that trajectory, may turn out okay. But that's a shit ton to throw at keeping your number one. A lot of, I think a lot of general managers out there are looking around going, look, these guys are having enough balls to do what Larkin is doing, what Werenski is doing. Might not be a bad idea to keep them in a healthy environment here, So maybe that's part of the reason why that's happening. I got Colton Sissons, he's from Canada. I don't know if any of these other pickups are with that in mind. It doesn't look like there's too much connected with all of that, but the Roslovic one, that makes sense. That makes sense. If for some reason he's like buddies with Werenski and he's buddies with, and there it gives him more of a chance to get a Werenski, then I get it. I would do it. I mean, they're not going to probably be cup contenders next year anyways. So do whatever you can to get a guy like that. Jaden Schwartz to the Avs. Jaden Schwartz goes to the Avs for 3x3. I didn't see that. I thought he was going to go to Winnipeg.
I don't mind that deal.
At that price, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So it's like Schwartz is trying to win a cup, because I'm sure he could have got more out there.
That's what I was thinking. As soon as I saw that deal, I'm like, Jaden Schwartz is making $1 million less than Jack Roslovic. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. I would take Schwartz over Roslovic all day long. Yeah. So nice pickup by Colorado. Cole Smith to Chicago. Cole Smith is a good to tell you the honest truth, I would take Cole Smith over a lot of the players that Toronto signed for more than that. So he's a really solid top end fourth liner. And I gotta really get, I'm not a capologist. So I'm not sure. $3 million might be what a fourth liner is in the next couple of years. A really solid fourth liner. So I'm not going to totally poop on these signings of $3-4 million for a fourth liner too much, because I'm not sure where the math lies and all that. All right. Well, sure. You got somebody asking questions in the chat. I'll play it out. Where do I think Werenski saga goes from here? Well, the Werenski deal was the Werenski coming out and saying what he came out and actually said was, I'm fully cool with, basically in his own way. You're saying this through an agent. I'm fully cool with riding out my contract here in Columbus. I'm not asking to be traded tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to sign at the end of at the end of this contract. So basically he's floating it out there that I think he's floating out there. If you're going to trade me, it's probably a good idea to trade me now. Oh, by the way, I only want to go to Toronto or Tampa Bay. So he took away all the leverage. And I imagine they're not going to be able to trade him to anybody other than that. He'll ride out the contract. He basically said, look, I have a lot of leverage here, and I'm not like what players now I think have realized through their agents, who they're paying a shit ton of money to, by the way. $8.5 million. If you're making $8.5 million a year, you're probably forking out over like close to $500,000 a year for an agent to do work for you, to get what you want in your life. And that's the reality of it. It is now. And players are not what they were before. They used to be, the players had a conscience towards the idea that this team is paying me this money and I really should kind of go back and forth like that. It's not anymore, man. This is the me generation, and they like to take care of themselves. This is a generation of people whose moms and maybe even dads had vision boards up in their house, and they have these vision boards to get everything that they want, and you deserve it. And that's what they are. And I'm not saying there's necessarily anything wrong with that. I'm not saying right or wrong. So, yeah, Werenski basically said, I don't mind playing it out. I don't mind. But I'm probably going to Toronto and Tampa Bay, just letting you know ahead of time. So you want me to hang out here? I'll play hard for you. If you don't, I won't. Now, that being said, he's got a 10-team no-trade clause last year. He goes down to a 10-team. So it is possible. And I think the reason why he's saying this flat out is if anybody gets any ideas to take him as a rental next year, just be mindful that it is a pure rental, and I really want to go to Toronto or Tampa Bay. So with the 10-team no trade, he's telling you what he's doing. He won't put Tampa on there. He won't put Toronto on there. And then he'll take 10 teams. Him and his agent will sit down and figure out which 10 teams would likely not want to trade for him. So he'll actually pick a whole bunch of contenders on his 10-team no trade. Maybe one that he might want to go to, like Florida, on top of the Toronto and Tampa. And then all the other teams are going to have to go, do I want to pay a bag for this guy that's going to be gone at the end of the year? It's going to be pretty tough for a lot of those teams to get a Werenski and be a contender in half a year to do that. So that's where I think he's going. It's possible he could be traded as a rental, but has an opportunity to take a lot of the options away. And agents are learning that teams don't really want disgruntled players too much. And it seems like now the players don't mind telling everybody that they're disgruntled. What do you think, Rico?
Yeah, man, agents, they negotiate your contract. They take care of all that stuff too, but they're also getting you sponsors, or getting you cars, or getting you houses, or getting you commercials, or getting you everything. Like, their agency is working on every way that you can basically make money where you are. And I mean, you're putting Moser and Geeky as part of the package from Tampa, and you're as the best players, and you're putting Matthew Knies as the best player out of Toronto as a centerpiece in that trade. And of course, Columbus is going to say no. There's just, these teams weren't stepping up enough to get Werenski, and trade didn't happen. So now he's like pulling back. I'm taking my ball. I'm going back home to Columbus, and I'll play there, and I'll ride out the contract. I want to win in Columbus, like every good player would say to the media. Yeah. And that's it. I mean, it's going to totally suck for Columbus to know that this guy's just riding out his contract there, and he's going to be gone after. As a Columbus fan who has a hard enough time getting players and signing players there. So, yeah, it is what it is. The Werenski thing shut down. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and they calm down the media attention and everything like that, saying basically like they're saying is it's a business. I said what I said, and I'm fine with that. And I was perfectly fine with winning in Columbus if they want to do that. So,
yeah.
It was a great angle. It was a great angle. It made him. I think Larkin could have learned from this maybe a little better. Actually,
yeah.
Could have did a little.
The agents control the media. When Saravelli, when Pierre LeBrun, when all these guys say per sources, the sources are the player's agent. Whenever they say per sources, you think these guys are breaking stuff, and you're wondering where they're doing it from. It's not from the team. It's not from the GM. It's not from the player. It's from the agent. Usually. Whenever these insiders say it's sources, most of the time it's from the agent, unless these guys are buddies with the players and that leaks through ex-players and shit like that. But
sometimes it's from the team if it's their advantage, and that's why when I look at what's going to happen, I try to decipher where the source is coming from. Like, I'm getting a lot of flack about saying that Nick Kypreos is talking out of his ass. First of all, let me say that I like Nick Kypreos. I've met Nick Kypreos. He's like I met him, and he was on a show we did. I didn't meet him there, but he was doing a different thing. But I've met him on a podcast. I think he was on the Ice Guys at one time. That's what it was. And he seems like a good guy. I like the fact that he has an opinion about shit at times. Like sometimes in that Toronto media, you don't see that too often. But some of the angles he's doing, if I had to take my guess, it sounds like he's really getting elbowed with him and Stevie Y are tight. Because the stuff that he puts out, it looks like it's more in Stevie Y's favor. Like the Dallas is his insiders are coming from that. Like Dallas is Larkin's preferred location now. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, he didn't have him on his first three teams, and the teams have never been expanded. Didn't really get that. And then something about Stevie Y wanting Boldy in return. That one, maybe. I think that's a way of Stevie Y getting it out there that he's putting his foot down in this situation. It's going to be interesting to see how far that goes. What do you think about that? Do you think – do you ever watch Seinfeld?
Mm-mm.
No, you don't? Okay.
I'm one of the only guys in the world that's never watched a full episode of Seinfeld in my life.
Okay, that's cool. But there was one episode where what the heck's his name? The one character is based on Larry David. He freaks out on his boss. He calls him like every name in the book, loses his shit on his boss, gets angry, tells him this organization is a joke and blah, 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 all that stuff like that. And he takes off. And then as he's going home, he's like, I don't have another job. I'm broke. That was ridiculous. What the hell was I thinking? Right? So he goes home. Apparently, Larry David did this when he was a writer on Saturday Night Live. Larry David is the creator of Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. And somebody tell me in the chat what the character's name is based on Larry David. So it was based on a true story. And he did that at Saturday Night Live and lost his shit on Lauren Michaels, I think his name is, who is the creator and owner of like Saturday Night Live. He lost shit on it, and he goes back home, and I don't know if it was Jerry or somebody said, "Why don't you just go back like nothing happened?" So that's exactly what he did. He just went back to the office. There was a meeting the next morning. He just sat down and pretended nothing happened, and nobody did anything about it. And he kept his job. Nice. Maybe that's what Larkin does here. Like maybe he goes back to camp and just like, that didn't happen.
What do you mean I wasn't at work? I've been in the bathroom. What, are you giving me shit for going to the bathroom? I've been at work the whole time.
Well, nobody said anything. I guess they just figured, he had a bad day or whatever. George Costanza, right. Nick, no, I'm just going to go with whatever anybody wants to talk about on here. You're bringing it up all the time. Nikishin wants $8 million a year. He's not worth $8 million a year. If a strong, very like one of the best analytics departments in the league team like Carolina, who's built their team that way, and if you notice, they haven't whiffed on too many things besides maybe Kokiniemi the whole time they built this team. If they figure Nikishin is an average to an above average top pair or second pair defenseman or above that, they're signing that deal. And if you look at his underlying analytics, man, defensively he's not progressed well.
Put it this way, Pearlo,
he gets the minutes, but it's against low comp. If they can pull out a bag for Nikishin, man, they're laughing. What do you say?
Yeah, I just can't see him making more than Keandre Miller, like on that Carolina team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. Do you see that?
I think in this, like Keandre Miller signed that a while ago. I think in this market, if they thought he was anywhere near Keandre Miller, they might go for it, but they're not even worth. He's not worth that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not worth that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean Blake and Stankovic got signed for a little less. Nikishin, I don't blame him for wanting it. If the market out there wants to pay him, somebody wants to give him the $8 million. Didn't Calgary give Nemec $8 million? Did they give that to him yet? Because Nemec isn't worth that either. Didn't they give him $8 million for a certain amount? I'll look it up. Could have swore they did. So while I'm doing this, somebody was talking about Montreal there. I was talking about when I did the pre-free agency show, how I didn't think Montreal was going to do much. And I'm not surprised they did. I mean, that team is building. No, they haven't signed him, but he's for 8. So we'll see what he gets. But he is another guy who is not on the trajectory to be as good as he thinks he is so far. I mean, he's only 22. There's lots of room to improve, but he's been pretty stubborn at not wanting to play well. Like, this isn't a guy like can't. He seems like he's got like a Carlson mentality where defense doesn't mean shit, not my job. And I mean, he's okay offensively. He's got the tools. He scored 11 goals last year. There's no doubt about that. He's going to have to fly to get himself $8 million. I just don't like having those kind of guys on my team, but we'll see what Calgary can get out of him. But I think Nikishin is kind of in that same ballpark, a little older and a little less time to jump. So I don't know if anybody's going to be out there giving him a ton of money for the next little while. So that's Montreal. I didn't think they were going to do anything. I think they're doing things a smart way there in Montreal. Build it. No use throwing a whole bunch of assets at like a Trocheck to be good, right? To be a little better this now. There's not really a second line center out there. What do you think? What do you think about?
I like that Demidov deal for Montreal, and you got guys coming.
Oh yeah.
You got a second line center coming very soon. You don't have to mortgage the future in Montreal right now. They're on the right path, it seems. Yeah, sure, Dobson's a little bit overpaid, the highest paid guy on the team, but you're just going to deal with that. But at Suzuki's contract, all those guys are signed to like good deals in Montreal. So no need to blow your wad there, I think, in Montreal. They're on track right now.
Yeah, I mean, you made it to – got a little lucky in Tampa Bay. I'm not sure – Demidov is going to be a beast. $9 million for Demidov is going to look like an absolute steal in 3 years. That guy is already an incredible 3-zone defensive aware player. He reminds me of Fedorov. Just flat out, that kid is fucking awesome. So $9 million is fine. I don't know this Hayes guy, what he's going to turn out to be, but they're high on him. And let's put it this. Look at it this way: I have no reason to go to look at that management's decisions and not like it.
Yeah. Hage in 2 years. Hage in 2 years is going to be better than anything you overpay right now to get a number 2 center.
Could very well. So you know more about Hage than I do.
In the long run, when it's time for them to contend, it just doesn't make sense.
Right. And then you're bringing in Hage, and you got to. I mean, I suppose if you want get a guy for 2 years or something like that, then it's not too bad. But I wouldn't want to be signing any big center long there when you still got guys coming up, and you still got a team that's still learning St. Louis system. They're not they haven't really all got it figured out. They got tons of skill and they can score their way out of it, but give this team time to gel together. And that's the other thing. If you look at the successful teams like Carolina, Montreal, Tampa Bay, when they were doing really well, they added players a little bits at a time, but they kept their basic lineups together, so they were all used playing with each other. When Carolina has basically kept most of their players together to be able to learn how to play that system together. And I think that's what Montreal is doing here. I just don't see any reason why you're going to go throw a bag unless it was like a Thomas. I get it. Okay. He's only 27. He's going to be there a long time. Okay. I can see something like that. But if you're talking about some older guy that isn't going to be there in 2 to 3 years, doesn't make any sense to me.
Like you said, they probably would have went after even Desharnais, but he got like a really nice payday as well too. Vincent Desharnais.
Yeah, that was a nice move. I thought he was going to Montreal, maybe priced himself out of Montreal a little bit. Desharnais had a really good last 2 years in San Jose. Not surprised Washington seems to be able to pick these guys out pretty well. For $4 million, I mean, he's not bringing you any offense whatsoever, but defensively, he's good. I don't mind that. Let's go to Washington. They did a lot of stuff. I didn't talk about Tuck. It does sound like Ovi is done. Have you heard? That's what it's sounding like right now. Actually, it looks like it with the moves they've made as well. What do you think of Washington, what they did?
Yeah, I don't mind who they pick up. I think Boone Jenner. They grabbed Jenner as well too.
Yeah. Boone Jenner, Tuck, Kyrou. Most of their stuff was done earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind the Caps, dude. I threw a couple bucks on them to win the Cup just as a flyer. I don't mind that team at all. They're kind of reshaping it. I mean, maybe Ovi's seeing what they're doing in the offseason to see if they can put a decent team together, and then he'll just take less, play one more year, see if he could run it back there before he heads off to the KHL. I know they had Carberry on the Fan 590 the other day, and Ovi never really makes his decision until a little bit after. He was just on vacation, so he was just kind of optimistic. He was hoping he was going to come back. He never really got an answer, yay or nay, when the guys, Kyprios and him, asked him if Ovi was come back. He said, he always makes his decision a little bit later in this time. Right now, and he's on holidays, so we'd love to have him back. And ultimately, it's his decision and family and hockey decision. So I guess whether they know or not, he doesn't really make his decision until he's ready, and he doesn't do it any earlier than now. So
I just saw some of the insiders before we came on saying that it doesn't sound like he's coming back, but nothing's been confirmed yet.
Yeah, unless he went out without the Swan song, right? Without the Kopitar tour or the I'm retiring, so this is my last time going to every arena and taking flowers and saying goodbye to everybody, and just
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that he doesn't do that. I wouldn't doubt it. But Desjardins, I thought was a really good pickup for a 3D. Like I said, $4 million for a 3D. I think he's an average 3D, and the way the cap is going, it sounds like $4 million. That's going to be the running price for a 3D or a three, especially a right 3D. That Cole Hudson kid looked really good at the end of the year last year. We'll see how he turns out. That was mostly in kind of like pond hockey type games that nobody cared. So it's hard to really tell what he's going to be in the NHL. He had 32 points in 35 games, though, in at BU, which is really good. And I've heard nothing but good things about him. So I really do like. I'm one of the few that like the Liljegren pickup. I still say that guy. I've always said that guy's a late bloomer, and he'll do all right. So
Yeah, Leafs drafted him in the first.
I got another. What's that?
I think the Leafs picked him in the first round too, and he was just to be patient with that guy because eventually he was just going to be a well-rounded defenseman.
Yeah, but if you look at that lineup, Protas right now they have it with Protas with Strome and Tuck. Strome has kind of regressed for his overall game the last couple of years, but I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they were just trying to get Obi goals. But I don't know. We'll see. But Leonard on the left side, I mean, he can play equal on the left as he does on the right. And if that's the case, then wonderful. Dubois, I mean, he probably has a bump next year with Wilson and Dubois. Protas, I mean, Jenner has regressed, but as a third line, I still am not sure if you can put him on at center. I think he's more of a winger at this stage of his career, but they'll probably try him there. Jenner and Kyrou, I mean, this is a deep-ass team. This is a deep-ass team. And they brought in one of our favorite Jaime's boys there, Justin Hall, too. So, and that's without Rasmus Sandin. He got injured pretty bad, didn't he? I forgot about Rasmus Sandin. He got injured pretty bad at the end of the year.
I think so. Yeah, he wasn't playing.
Real deal. Welcome in, buddy. Jeffrey Vial to Tampa at 5 and 2.5. I mean, yeah, he's a good bottom fourth liner. Oh, that was it. We can talk about that. I really like the Mikheyev signing by Tampa, and of course now we have Carlson. This always seemed to land on their feet.
I know. I would almost rather have Mikheyev than Nick Paul.
Yeah, I would. And they would too, obviously. They would too. Again, strong analytics team. But is there something in the back of your mind, like it is my mind, that says that this is starting to go south for Tampa? Point hasn't had really. It's been regressing. I know offensively it's looked not too bad the last 3 years, but his overall game has been regressing for 3 years. I still love the Hagel, Sorelli, and Gunsel line, and I'm sure they're building around that, but it's getting a little long in the tooth, man. Getting a little long in the tooth. Hedman, Cooch is getting up there. I mean, he's still a fantastic player, but do you see Tampa Bay as a contender moving forward? I guess that's the way to look at it. What I ask, what I would say. Do you think they're a contender moving forward?
They got Moser and Astoast.
Astoast, right? I forgot about Astoast. Don't forget about Astoast.
I mean, you know what? The deal they made with Nick Paul, they're banking on maybe Hildeby being something because he played pretty well for the Leafs. Yeah. He lost a bit of playing time because the other goalie there, AA, Russian kid, played and won the Calder Cup. So all of a sudden Toronto had a overflux of spending. So Tampa probably threw Nick Paul out there at Chaika and said, just give me Hildeby and a couple picks and you can have him type thing. So yeah, I mean, all good things come to an end. I mean, they gave Cooper the Adams this year, and he's never won it before. And we talked about it, that maybe this might be his last shot at winning it last year. Tampa might just be scraping into the playoffs for the next few years. But you got a lot of Tampa fans backing Braden Point, right? And you can't doubt the guy, but from what we've seen lately, it's been a little bit concerning with him. So I don't know if he's on the decline. He's there. He's not young anymore.
He's not a first-line center anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. He's not a first-line center anymore. After that injury, I think it was something to do with his knee or ankle or something like that. He hasn't been the same.
Yeah, those guys have played some hard minutes.
He can, but he just hasn't been the same. You still got. I still love Pontus Holmberg though. They keep on getting guys. I can't believe Toronto let him go for that. And Mikheyev and Gord are still great shutdown. Like I still think they're making the playoffs and everything. To see how McDonough's 37, man, and he still plays well for a 37-year-old. But holy smokes!
Mm-hmm.
And now John Carlson. Mm-hmm. This has got to be the oldest defense in the league, isn't it? Is Hildeby still under a 2-way contract? Or is it a 1-way now?
Not sure.
I'll check it out here right now. No, it's still a 2-way for this year, and then a 1-way next year. So Johnson probably should be over his shoulder here.
Yeah, Hildeby might be the guy in the future for Tampa. They've probably been really keeping an eye on him. Like he's played well. I mean, nothing.
Yep. I don't think I've seen too many games where Hildeby lost the game for Toronto. I thought that was a really good move. Well, keep on. As long as people are watching in the chat and they're bringing stuff, we're going to talk about whatever they talk about. Nick Jensen, I hope Nick Jensen's okay, man. He's had really long rush of injuries there. I hope he's okay. He fits into their system. I'm not sure what their system is. I think it's supposed to be a man-on-man, but they haven't been playing really well or whatever. I don't know. But it's a young team still trying to figure stuff out. So I don't want to put too much on that. I'm going to see. Pro Hockey Rumors, the site crashed. It's just done. They gave up the ghost, man. It was just too much for it. So I got to find all the moves here. What's the best place to look on that? ESPN or something? Let me see here. Free agent tracker.
What about the Maverick Bork deal? Pearlo, what did you think about that one?
I mean, get it. He's a good third line center with upside. To get it for a second rounder is pretty good. He's got to be signed, right?
Yeah, I guess people are saying there was
a salary dump, and
I guess Maverick Bork could have been offer sheeted. I think that's what maybe Dallas was afraid of, that Maverick Bork might have been offer sheeted because they didn't get a lot. They didn't get a lot for him. Speaking of offer sheet,
Nashville might have been trying to offer sheet him.
Maybe didn't Barrett Hayton get offer sheeted? Barrett Hayton got offer sheeted, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and that was a killer. We got to talk about that move too. We still got to talk about the Markstrom. Well, we'll go to New Jersey now. This is the brilliance of Maida. He's just such an intelligent. Jersey's in good hands there with Maida from Florida. I'll tell you that right now. They were trying to make a trade for. They were trying to make a trade for Hayden, and Utah apparently took too long or waited too long or nixed the deal, whatever it was that they were asking for. So New Jersey offer sheeted him. He took it at, what was it, 4.5? 4.5 or something like that. So now, if New Jersey decides to take him to match it, he has the option of how many years it is. And if he goes 1, he becomes a UFA at the end of the year. So they're putting them in a position to either sign him big now or go back to trading with New Jersey again. It was a freaking ballsy move. That was a smart move. Now, Hayton himself, he's a solid 3C. Another analytics guy picks out a guy that's a solid 3C, great defensive player. You're going to see the New Jersey being built a lot the way Florida is. And he isolated a guy that he wanted, and I think it was a great move. And I think probably New Jersey ends up picking him up because of that deal. Oh, thank you, Francis, for liking the show. That's good. So yeah, good move. What do you think about Markstrom going to Florida, my friend, and that deal that happened just a little? I'll just see what you got to say about that. Do you remember that deal? It was Rodriguez, and Rodriguez was the main piece coming back, and Markstrom and Crookshank, I think it was, going to.
Yeah, I love the deal for the Devils. I mean, an ex-executive that worked for the Panthers making a trade with his old team. Evan Rodriguez is solid two-way guy. He's great deal. And then, I mean, Markstrom was struggling and lost a net in New Jersey. And you watch, he's a big-ass goalie. He plays well positionally. He's not going to have to do too much in Florida with the team in front of him like Bobrovsky has. So you watch, Markstrom would be totally fine in Florida. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. I can't go against anything Florida does. I mean, it might not look good on the surface, but their goaltending coaches will look at it. Florida plays that type of defense. They've made Bob look a lot better than he actually has been the last 3 years, so he's probably going to do something with Markstrom. I think he might be actually pushing really believing in your defense and your coaching staff to make the deal. But New Jersey getting Rodriguez is fucking awesome. That guy is so undervalued. It is ridiculous. I can't believe that guy only makes $3 million a year. Unbelievable. I feel bad. He was a casualty to get Brady Tkachuk, like Rodriguez was going to go. And it's too bad. Florida would have loved to keep him, but there was just nowhere to put him. Yeah.
Right after they signed Listerainen to $5 million a year, now they got everybody locked up. And, dude, that top 9 in Florida is unbelievable. Then you play AJ Greer, and he gets dealt the bag for leaving. Like, he should send postcards back to Florida, too, every Christmas. AJ Greer should send a postcard back to the Panthers. And
yeah.
say, hey, I can't thank you enough for what you did for me.
Exactly. No doubt. I mean, they gave him a shot when nobody else was, and then we talk about that Anaheim deal. Signs a 4-year contract at 4.5. Now, like I said, he's a good fourth liner. He's a good fourth liner, and we'll see what just seems to be the price for fourth liners now, but there's a lot of fourth liners that are getting less than that are as good as Greer. But he's won a cup. He brings a lot to a team for what his role is. I'm not terrible with it, But you're right. Greer probably never gets that contract if he didn't play in Florida.
No.
I'm just looking at some of the stuff they did. They signed Brossoit again, Anaheim, for a 1 year. The guy just keeps on getting contracts. Hopefully he plays on. And Malott signs a 3-year contract, probably league minimum. Clifton in Boston for 2 years. Just, I hope they didn't pay too much for him. 4.5 for 2? Eesh.
That is that 4.5 per. I think that's 4.5.
No, for 2.25.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's a little steep.
Oh, dude, this is the Jaime signing of the offseason.
What's that?
The Canucks signed Jamie Oleksiak 2 years, $10 million.
Jesus, I didn't know that was that.
2 years, 10 mil. Oleksiak's coming to Vancouver.
Oh my God, Jamie probably didn't even want to go to Vancouver. He was probably
like, agent's like, we got two times 5. We got 10 mil in the pocket, 2 years, Jamie. What do you think? I love the Canucks. I've always loved the Canucks. You can tell the fans. I've always been a Vancouver guy. I love the West Coast. I love the mountains. I love Canada. I love the West.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. Yeah, absolutely. My ancestors grew up in Vancouver.
I've taken the ferry to Victoria Island one time. It was the best week of my life.
Yeah, I was sleeping in Vancouver pajamas when I was 5. What are you kidding me?
Get some kid that looks at me with Vancouver pajamas and take a picture of him in bed and just fucking say it's me. Say it's me.
Yeah. that is the Jaime's move. For sure. The Jaime signing of the day. No doubt about it. What else do we got here?
$5 million a year.
Oh, we got to talk about the Rangers. I got to write that down too. I got to timestamp that Rangers one. They made a lot of moves today. Some of them I like, some of them not so much. But since we were talking about Vancouver, the Marcus Pettersson deal seems like I like it. I don't. It seems like they're building from the defense out there, but I can't remember what they gave up for him.
First round pick in 2030.
2030. Oh my gosh. Okay. They're probably going to be good by then. Or good enough that's not going to matter.
Yeah.
I like the deal.
Rangers for a first in 2030. Yeah. They signed Luke Schenn. Luke Schenn got 2.25. Good for Luke Schenn to keep her going.
Vancouver did, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's going to be a D pairing. A Jaime's D pairing line for fucking Schenn and Oleksiak. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Listen, we got Jamie Oleksiak locked up at $5 million a season. We got Luke Schenn at 2.25. We got Paul Cotter at 2.15. Dude, we're heading the right way here.
Well, they said they were trying to get character guys. Now, Oleksiak, we know, is really good in the room. So
very soft hands for a big guy.
They are going to be the most relaxed room in the league, without a doubt. One right up there, anyways. They're going to be very relaxed. No doubt about that. There's not going to be any tension going on in Vancouver. Well, they need that, right? You know, all that stuff that was going on before with Miller and all the toxicity. No worry about that, man. Reach arounds for everybody. Calm down. It's going to be good. New York Rangers.
Back to the Rangers, yeah.
Back to the Rangers. Well, first of all, did we talk about the Dorofeyev deal? Like, what a fucking steal that was. I know people are complaining he signed for 11, but he's 3-zone defensive player, 37 year. He's only 25. Fucking sign him up. Great deal. Simple as that.
Yeah. That's essentially the John Tavares contract that Tavares signed in Toronto.
Yeah, it's just way later in the season. It's now 2006, and he'll probably play into the deal. Watch. The only thing I worry about that is that old get the bag, and who knows where you're in New York and you got $11 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the only. And he pretty much pigeonholed them to only go to the Rangers in that deal because he was a restricted free agent. So that always has me concerned. Why do you want to go to New York? Is it because you want to play for the Rangers, or do you want to go? What's going on in New York? And I think that's what they've been trying to avoid. But still, you got to do it. Oliver Bjorkstrand, whatever, just a filler, I guess. How long did they sign him for? 1 year. Okay, well that's good. Just fills a hole. Jaime's body limit's the best there. I said it. But they traded Trocheck. Trocheck said he did not want to go out west, got a new agent, got Larkin's agent, actually. And Larkin's agent must have worked with them to be able to go out west. I don't mind the Sean Durzi offensive guy playing with a guy like Pedersen. I don't mind their defense now. I don't mind that deal. Trocheck's getting up there. They were going to trade him anyways. They got more than that too, didn't they? Get a first deal.
This Cole Baudouin kid played for Team Canada.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
And dude, he's a Barrie Colt. He played these last playoffs. He got hurt. He had some type of side injury. I don't know what the hell it was, but he was like standing on the bench with the coaches during the OHL playoffs when they went to the conference final this year. And he's good, big kid that has skill. Like Cole Baudouin will become a probably pretty good player in the NHL in this deal. This is the guy that's going to replace Trocheck in this deal is the Cole Baudouin. That's going to be the one you look at in this Trocheck deal. That's going to end up being a good player for the Rangers. He's a good centerman.
Yeah, I agree.
Good centerman with leadership.
Everything I've heard about him is good, and usually you're a pretty good judge on that because you watch a lot more junior games in media. I think they got not a bad pickup there for Trocheck. Who, like I said, he wanted to sign out east. It doesn't look like there was much of an appetite for him. Last 2 years, he wasn't really. I know he put up the offense, but his overall game was a little slack. But then again, it was pretty toxic there in that lineup. I know JD's not a fan of Dorofeyev. Says he's not getting a Selke, but he's a damn good three-zone defensive player, and that's all I got to say about that. Mm-hmm. It's very good positionally all over the ice. Got to get somebody to play with. Is he going to get 37 goals with the Rangers? Probably not. Sure. Do I think playing with Eichel and Marner is going to pot you a couple more goals than playing with Zibanejad? Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. But I'm still making that deal. No doubt about that. Still doing that. For sure.
Will Borgen's gone to Boston from the Rangers.
Yeah, Will Borgen. Yeah. I don't really know what Boston was doing there. Well, talking about, but I liked all the moves for the Rangers. I know the defense.
Do you like the Corpusalo trade? Do you like the Rangers Rangers took on that Corpusalo deal?
Yeah, that was the one I didn't like. That's right. I forgot about the Corpusalo deal. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that was about. Didn't they sign him? How much did they sign him for?
I don't know if they signed him, or I think he's still under contract.
He's getting $4 million or something like that, right?
Something. Yeah.
I think that maybe that Borgen move and the Corpusalo move kind of went together with each other in a way, because Borgen's getting paid too much too. Corpusalo's getting paid $3 million for 2 more years. How many games is he going to play if Shesterkin's healthy? Not too many. They should be. And I think they do like that Garland kid. they just think he needs more time yet. He's like a late bloomer guy. So, I mean, I guess whatever. He's not great, but he had one of the worst goaltenders in the league last year for anybody that played over 27 games. So, you can't really say that's good. That's for sure. What did they? What was Borgen making? He went to Boston. Yeah, he did. 4.1. I mean, it seems the third pair D men are making about that now. If you were to say it seems to be that's what they're making, that'd be what he is. But the problem is like they only have Jokiharju and Borgen there, and that's not really that great. So pretty limp move.
Yeah, you know what you're saying.
People get it.
Yeah, Mason Lowrise there, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people are hating on the Bruins' moves, but Jimmy Murphy's like,
okay, just wait a second. I'm not saying he's winning the Selke. I went on eye test forever. I bet you when I check out his card, it's going to show me. Since you keep on bringing it up, I'll put it up there. What? Just above average play driver. He played against lower comp. That was the biggest thing here. But against lower comp, lower lines over the season, 94% or 95% above replacement against for a forward that doesn't play elite comp all the time. So do I think he might struggle in the Rangers playing elite comp? Yeah, sure. He's probably not going to be as good. But if you play him down in lower lines with good competition, he can still pot him. He's got a great shot. He shoots from everywhere. He'll probably still score. I don't see anything wrong with it. Is he a fantastic play driver? He's had better years for sure, but he has been not too bad. He had a dip. So, like I said, if he has to play against elite competition, I think you're going to see things. You're going to see him really be challenged here. But at 25 years old, he's been progressing very well that I can see. I think this is a good move. And I don't even think the Rangers are an analytics team, to tell you the honest truth. With a lot of they made. I think they got lucky here. So.
Yeah. Yeah, only time will tell with Dorofeev. I mean, obviously Vegas didn't see that value in him. Maybe they saw something during the playoffs. Maybe just didn't step up for him. I mean, they made final. He scored some big goals for him. I mean, he was there when it counts. So, interesting move. Maybe they just did it because they had to keep Rasmus Andersson because they had a shit ton of left-hand shot defensemen and didn't want to let Rasmus Andersson go. And
apparently they had a handshake deal with Rasmussen before. The only thing I can think of here, glad you brought it up. Anderson's really here nor there. Like sometimes he can be a play driver, sometimes he's not. I mean, as for right Ds though, he's up there with some of the better right Ds in the league. There's no doubt about that. And him and Hanifin are like bum buddies, man. They freaking love each other. So there's something with it. I don't know. They got a hard on over Anderson. That's all I know. They went through a lot to keep him. No doubt about that. So they got him. I don't know.
Well, he's an ex Barry Colt, and Barry Colt's got a good locker room, a good franchise in the OHL. Like a lot of good character guys come out of the Barry Colts organization of junior hockey in the OHL. And Sin played there, so he's probably a decent player, probably good teammate, probably wants to win, probably, just those things that we don't see. Rasmus Anderson's probably well respected in the room.
Yeah. I mean, top 4 with Rasmus Anderson there. People complain about it, that he struggled in the playoffs. He had 2 coaches in a short amount of time, totally different system, totally. They all went to the Olympics. They all looked like they faded down the stretch there after that Olympics stuff. So, I mean, I don't think it's horrible. I just don't know if I want to get rid of Dorofeyev to keep him. That's all. That's all. I like Lauzon. I love the work. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. Parker Witherspoon. I thought that was a great pickup, although I didn't mind what was his name? Kochek or whatever. Korchek. Pittsburgh might have scooped another one there. Scooped Witherspoon. I was talking about it before anybody signed Witherspoon. I was like, watch it. This guy's trajectory is going way up. And they got him and they flipped him for a guy who also is kind of doing that. Now he got scratched in the playoffs and stuff, but he has made big bumps every year. This guy is playing over his projection really well. And Pittsburgh obviously thinks that he still can do that. And going by their track record for picking guys up like Witherspoon, I'm not going to argue again. But they still got a very good defense here. So can't really complain too much. And it's not over yet. They don't have much cap space now though. They got enough cap space for Peter Angelo to go away. And then they got to tell Hill to go swim with the fish with the fishes there later on. Yeah, he is well respected in the room. Yeah, people loved him in Calgary too. So, Witherspoon. I have no problems with the Witherspoon move at all. Not at all. It's a good player, especially if you're going to play him in lower lines like that. No problems at all. Good move. He's still got upside actually. I have no problems with that. Good move. I don't know. I would rather not have lost Dorofeyev for that. But who knows? I mean, sometimes players really want to play somewhere, and if he's always wanted to play in New York, it's possible that has something to do with it too. Maybe they're asking even higher out of Vegas. I don't know. It's hard to say. What other things are we looking at here? Anything else that you want to get into?
I mean, Forrester got the bag in Philly. So
yeah.
Hopefully he can stay
I
healthy.
like him too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Vladar got paid. They signed Noel Chari.
Little moves,
Pittsburgh signed Kuzmenko 1 year, $5 million. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, $4 million a year, 2 years.
Kuzmenko is interesting. I'm not really. I mean, he's a guy.
Oh.
He's the replacement for Mantha, I guess. Watch him go there and Mantha basically. They told him you can float or whatever, just score, and that's what he did. And maybe they're going to do the same thing with Kuzmenko.
Yeah. Yeah, Seattle's got Sam Miskevich. Signed him for 3 years.
Yeah. Zellweger for three. Nice little move for Buffalo there.
Yeah.
Good work for Buffalo. I already talked about that last show. Like they've done really, really well. A Carrier guy, that was a really good ad from Byram, man. That was excellent. That was just saying Buffalo is doing excellent things is nice to hear. These fans deserve this kind of work from their general manager.
Yeah. What about St. Louis trading 2 firsts for McTavish?
Was it 2 firsts?
They traded 2 first-round picks to the Ducks for McTavish.
You know what? I didn't realize it was 2 firsts. All I got to say about that is until St. Louis shows me that they are going to whiff on a player that they sign, these young players like Holloway, but we already knew it with Holloway and likely Broberg. McTavish was the whole skating thing, and he hasn't been out. He's just a wreck defensively, but a lot of that has to do with the skating. Hearing a lot of things, but I heard the same things out of Zegras, and look what he did in Philadelphia. And if St. Louis is taking a younger player, I'm going to hold much opinion on it until I see what they do with them, because they just seem to always hit. So I think that's encouraging for McTavish that St. Louis picked him up. That's all I got to say about that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I like it too. Alex Steen has basically been hired as a new GM now in St. Louis, so this is his first major move since being hired. Of course, moving Kyber and stuff, but it just came across yesterday. But another team too that made a couple moves with Trocheck in Utah is they grabbed Anders Lee as well too. So there's another guy that Utah grabbed.
I like that. I like that move. I think that's an excellent move for them. They've got a bunch of young, like the Trocheck move too. They have Deoné coming up. So that makes sense for them to kind of give Trocheck a shot there, because Deoné gives them time for Deoné to develop, and Lee gives Iginla time to develop. So it's only 2 years, and they still get to be good right now. I like Lee. I've always liked Lee. I think Lee's, even at 38, I still think he's got a lot to give.
Yeah. That came in at a 3-year, $16.2 million for Anders Lee.
3 years at 16.5, did you say?
16.2. 3 years.
So $4 million. I mean, he's going to be 41 at the end of that deal. But I mean, he has slowed down a bit, but honestly, not too bad for a guy like of his. I think it's a good deal. He's a great leader. There's no need to worry about low maintenance guy. He plays all 3 zones. He can score. He goes to the net hard. He gives you everything he's got. I don't mind that deal. If he does happen to get taken over by Iginla, okay, so you're playing a little high for. It's only $4 million, right? We were just talking about how fourth liners are getting $4 million right now. So
well, Anders Lee's 16.2 divided by 3, so that's like 5.5.
5 something.
5.3.
So you might be paying a little high for your third or fourth liner when he's 40.
You got an ex-captain going there,
Yeah.
Got probably solid leadership for those young guys to play down the middle.
Yeah. I don't mind it at all. Somebody asked about Bobrovsky. We already talked about that. I don't know. We'll see. That's all I got to say about Bobrovsky. I know one thing I didn't mention when we talked about Bob was he is one of the most physically fit goaltenders. Like, this guy is in psycho when it comes to fitness. So Hiller's system, whatever he plays, like Jonathan Davis brought up that he was told he had to play a 1-3-1 in LA. He tried to play a 2-2-1, and it lasted for a couple months, and then they went back to the 1-3-1. I always found that his players played tight, and he looked nervous as hell behind the bench. But we'll see what kind of system they're going to play for Bob there. But if it gets a Marchenko, it's worth it. That's all I gotta say. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're adding a little bit on Marchenko. I wonder Kuzmenko, if that has anything. Maybe Pittsburgh's going to be looking at Marchenko too. I don't know how many of these Russian know. It seems like the Russians kind of have a pretty good bond together. I wonder if maybe that Kuzmenko is just another little juice piece for say, hey, you know what? If you Kuzi, you guys get along, well, we got him for 1 year. We'll add another year or two to him if you guys like each other and so that maybe something like that. Armstrong ran the draft. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't Steen. It was Armstrong that ran the draft. But I don't know how much Steen is. Are they talking with each other? Are they all part of it? All I know is it doesn't matter who it is. Until St. Louis shows me that except for defensemen. Defensemen, they make weird moves. Didn't they make a weird one too, St. Louis, this year too? Forwards, they nail it. But defensemen, it's Carlo, yeah.
Yeah, we gave up Fraser Minton and a first for Carlo, and you got 2/3 back from him. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the worst part about the fact that they got 2/3 back, a pretty good return for Carlo. That was a bad part.
Brad Tree Living is going to have a trade tree from hell going forward with the guys that he moved.
Yeah. Nichushkin to Columbus. I mean, I think that might have something to do with with him talking to Marchenko and getting him to stay there. He had a 12-team no trade list, and Columbus wasn't on it.
It's crazy.
So I wonder if him and Marchenko
and Voronkov and Marchenko were there probably when he gave that no trade. Got a whole bunch
of offs there, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And Provorov. Yeah.
And Provorov. I wonder if that's maybe just trying to build a nice little community for Marchenko to stay in as much as possible. I would imagine has a lot to do with it. And he's a good player. I mean, he has dipped ever since he came back from his time away, but
Chinnikov's no longer there, but they were probably there when he gave the no trade. I don't know. Yeah, Kulak signed 5 years, Colorado as well.
Yeah.
Him.
What was that price at?
Kulak was 5 years, 22.5, so around 4.2 a year.
How old is he? 30? Is he 30? How old is he?
Kulak. No, Burns signed back for $850K too, so Brett Burns is going to run back in Colorado.
We thought maybe he might go to Florida, but he never transpired. We didn't talk about Detroit. We'll probably get into that a little bit. We did talk a little bit about
You called Detroit. You said Arvidsson probably Detroit the other night when we were on.
Yeah. Yeah, I said if somebody's going to go there, it's probably Arvidsson. McClellan liked him from LA too, probably, right? So didn't even mention that there. It just seemed like a spot where he might go. Tarasov.
$2 million. Tarasov, but then Detroit traded their goalie
Kosa for first.
Kosa. Yeah.
That I'm going to hold that. I don't know. Well, you know what? Alex P. Smith is big on Kosa, so he's usually really good with goaltenders. So I would say that that's another one that Utah did well on. But Arvidsson, I mean, going to that situation, I guess he just really likes McClellan. McClellan likes him because apparently Boston offered him the same contract. So, I mean, he's not going there to win a cup, I don't think. Somebody else didn't want to give Arvidsson 2 times 5. Like, he wanted to go to – he likes McClellan that much?
That or he said you're playing on the top line. Or, I mean, maybe second, maybe more minutes. But, yeah, maybe just – yeah.
Playing top 6 role.
Top 6.
gets 2 years, maybe pile up some points somehow or something. I don't know. It doesn't seem odd for Detroit because they got a lot of Swedes there. Maybe that's it too. We've talked about it before. Swedes like to hang out with each other a lot. So, yeah, they got a lot of Swedes there. Edvinsson,
Lucas Raymond.
Right. He'll be good for those kids.
Nate Danielson, Sandin Pellikka. There's a shit ton of Swedes on Detroit.
Shit ton of Swedes there, so that might have to. The good thing about that is, like, for those kids, is like the thing about Arvidsson is that guy's had some major injuries. He had a major back surgery when he was in LA, and that guy fought his way back. Like, character, you're not getting much more character than this guy. This guy has fought through major injuries, and he's had a very good year in Boston that I personally didn't see coming because of those, because he kind of dipped in Edmonton. But
if he wasn't a good character guy, Boston wouldn't have threw that money right back at him if he wasn't a good character guy. He would have just kept moving on to the next team for a contract.
Where's Patrick Kane going? Well, I said from the beginning that I thought he was going the same wherever Larkin's going. I still think that's the reason why you see all these moves. Like, if you're putting the pieces together, you see all these moves where Guerin is keeping the wings open for a spot. And, they're not going up to sign. I still say Larkin goes to Minnesota and Patrick Kane signs there too. I think that's what's going to happen. But I could be wrong. When you start hearing a general manager kind of leaking stuff out there that he wants Brody back in return and publicly going, I know people are, Detroit fans are like, oh, see, Stevie Y says he can sit and all that kind of stuff like that. But what do you need to say that for? Just do it. Why do you need to come out publicly and say that? You could deflect the question or what have you. You could just say, we're not talking about that right now. There's lots of things you could say. The fact that he's coming out publicly and saying that tells me that I don't think he's as confident as he thinks. He's trying to make a point or express something out there. There's no need to do that. So we'll see. I still say he's going to Minnesota. And it's not like we don't know that Stevie Yzerman is a person that doesn't mind sitting players in the past and all that kind of stuff like that. So there's no reason to say it. Maybe to appease the fans. That's about it. All I know is now he just keeps on forcing himself to get whatever this return is. It better be good. It's putting a lot of pressure on getting a good return here. There's one for you first, and then where's Elias Pettersson going? Rico.
Jeez, man. Probably sticking right there. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Fuck. Send him with the rest of the Swedes to Detroit. I mean, if all of a sudden they lose Larkin, you'll have to bring in Elias Pettersson.
That was the first three-way trade I did for Larkin. Did you see that? Every time I post a three-way trade, I always say it's not gay if it's a three-way.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the best. That's the best Twitter timeline stopper. It's not gay if it's a three-way, because everybody was just talking about Larkin there and what the return would be back and forth. And you're like, hey, it's not gay if it's a three-way.
Yeah. That was a great episode of Saturday Night Live. If you haven't checked it out, man, Justin Timberlake was fucking awesome. It was the best. But it all depends on if anybody knows if he's training this summer or not.
That's it.
Simple as that. I don't know how you know. You get a drone out there, follow him around or something.
Yeah. Where is he? Where in the world is Elias Pettersson? Like they should.
Yeah.
If somebody's a real insider, they would just do like the fucking Ecuadorian soccer team and follow the bus and like light fireworks and bang the drum outside their hotel when Mexico played freaking Ecuador in the World Cup last night. They're like, Ecuador was totally fucking dead. They're like, yeah, because you're playing at the Azteca in Mexico City in the World Cup. They're hosting the World Cup this year, and you got fans basically following you into your bedroom and make sure you don't sleep. Like, get the drone on Elias Pettersson.
Elias Pettersson drone. Yeah. Well, apparently his wife. This has been kind of a, and I'm not. There's none of. By the way, and I should say this before I go into here. None of what I'm saying is facts. I talk in a way of being very direct when I think something or I've come up with something, and I have people say, "Well, do you know that for fact?" Do you see the room I'm in right now? I've got 5 people watching my show at this moment. How much fucking inside information do you think I'm pulling out here? Jesus Christ. I'm talking out of my ass. Although it's intelligently speaking. I got a lot of brains in there.
Sometimes there's shit that comes out of its ass. Sometimes it's just an air fart.
Yeah. And I'm right. I predict accurately a lot. Just nobody gives a fuck. So that's okay. But this is what I do. So, what was I saying about this now? Where was I going with this? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, his wife. Ever since he got married to this chick, it's been downhill since. Ever since. She's a fashion. She's got a fashion business, and apparently she wants to run the business in Sweden. And he keeps on going back and forth there. I'm hearing stuff that he does it in season. He goes to Sweden for a couple of days and comes back and plays a hockey game, for fuck's sakes. Like, he's not Kovalev, all right? Kovalev could do that all day long. Like, he would do it all the time. He'd go to Paris, have a rave, and come back, play a game. But Pettersson's not doing that. And if he's doing that in the summer, and it just seems like hockey's not the highest thing on his to-do list every fucking day. And he put up some points. He's still like a second pair center who played against top comp and stuff like that. But if you look at his last 3 years, it's just dwindle. And usually what happens when guys are stopped training is they're good for 2-3 years and it's just fucking crash. And when you got general managers and Sedin's calling somebody out publicly, if you want to trade for that dude, you go fucking right ahead. No fucking way I'm touching it unless I know he's changing his ways.
He's becoming a creature of his environment, and his environment isn't an off-ice demon working out and playing hockey. And now it's just not 100% in the front of his mind anymore.
Yeah.
Like he'll take a phone call and they'll be like, "Hey, where are you at the practice rink? What are you doing? You work?" No, I'm over here doing this or whatever. They're like, "What the?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you mean you're doing that? No, I'm gonna go for a skate there. Yeah, when? Like tomorrow? No, well, I'm gone for a few days.
Yeah, like general managers generally don't call out players that they're trying to trade. It's not really bringing up their value very well. Like when they get to that point where they're, especially a new general manager immediately comes in and says that, it's basically them throwing their hands up saying, "Look, nobody wants you, dude. It's up to you. If you want to do something, I guess we're tanking anyway, so you can fuck around here."
And you're right. He's probably not spending a lot of time in Vancouver in the off season.
Yeah.
And probably during the season, or else you would hear this shit. Like there's guys that are paid, insiders, whatever, fucking independent social media guys that'll just try and find Pettersson.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a lot of stuff. You don't see him pop up anywhere.
All right, we got to move along here. LA, we forgot to talk about LA. Zuccarello looked really cool, $1 million. Turns out in his contract, if he plays 10 games, he gets another 5.
What in the hell of the naked pictures of Gary Bettman's wife do you have on that?
Yeah, I know he's 38. He did put up good points last year with
He did.
Kaprizov.
He could run a power play.
They can run a power play. They need goals. Like, I get it. I get it. But then Gustafsson, I can't believe that guy still keeps on getting contracts, NHL level contracts. That's that defenseman Gustafsson they're talking about, right? Is that what it was? Or is that the Gustafsson from Winnipeg?
Well, they re-signed Lawton 3 years, 10 mils, so about 3.5 or whatever a year. That's actually a good deal for Kings. They got Holla 2 years, 7.2. So they got Holla.
That sounds like
3.6.
Yeah, not bad too. Like, I find the prices they pay. These guys are really how long were they? Two. Yeah.
Holla's 2 years, 7.2. So he's 3.6 a year, 2 years.
Yeah, it's still not a sexy. They're not sexy up the middle. I've been told that lots, but you don't want to be like that if you're an NHL. Nobody wants to be not sexy up the middle.
Pearlo wasn't sexy up the middle, or
sorry,
or in goal. On the wing. I said sexy up the middle, and his finesse wasn't that great in the net, so they put him on the wing.
So they put me on the wing. Yeah. Byfield, Holla, Byfield, Lawton, and Holla as your top threes. Am I missing something here? Oh, I guess they could put LaFerriere in the middle. I think that's what they'll do, won't they?
Well, that's it. GE was saying that why sign wingers? Like, you got nothing much up the middle, so. I mean, Eric Holla, a little bit of an overpay. Eric Holla, he had a decent year last year, but
Minnesota. I'm not going to Bogosian, whatever, but I'm not going to evaluate them until the whole Larkin situation goes on. And like I said, I think Kane might end up going there.
I like
the longer it goes, Kane not signing, the more I think Larkin's going to sign in Minnesota. That's what I'll say about that, because he could sign in Toronto. I've heard that Toronto is a place, and I wouldn't be surprised he gets to help that McKenna kid become more like him, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't totally be surprised with that. But the longer he takes to sign somewhere, I mean, he could sign in Buffalo yesterday, probably, if he wanted to.
I love the Brent Clark signing, the 5 years, $37 million. I love that deal for the Kings.
Yeah, great deal. You got to have defensemen. They still have, my gosh, Cody Ceci and Joel Edmondson. Holy crap! Hernandez is going to be. I got to get I'm going to have to get a separate Pearlo copter next year just for them, just for LA.
Well, you got to rent space where the copter could land in LA. You got to have your own pad there.
Yeah.
You can't just keep flying back and forth. Yeah. You got to have a park there.
Yeah, you got to get a more direct route somehow. Maybe get that's what we should do. I'll bring this up at the meeting. We'll get a retracting something on the top, and we'll just put it straight down into the dressing room, pretty much. That's not a bad way to do it. Retracting dome thing there.
Yeah. I like the Heischer deal for New Jersey as well. That was a fair deal that Nico Heischer signed.
Yep.
As well.
Yep. I think people don't like a deal. I mean, again, solid 3-zone guy, scores lots of points. Doesn't play with the hop end players a lot. Brad, I guess, is kind of good, but I mean, I don't mind it at all. I think they had to do it. No centers out there. What are you going to do? What do you think about Michelli going to the Islanders?
Dude, Michelli's with the Isles, he signed 1 year, 2.25. I think that's a good number for the Islanders.
Yeah.
For Michelli, 2.25, I don't know. I just keep going back to Roslovic. I'm like, you're replacing one fucking nub with another nub, and like you're paying Roslovic almost twice as much as Matthias Michelli. I don't know. They just seem like the same type of player to me.
Yeah, that's the thing I was about to say. It's like this is the Islanders play every year. The same type of player, plays in your middle six, gets you a couple points, barely bubble, miss the playoffs, get a draft pick, rinse and repeat. That's pretty much what it is. And you got to remember, that's replacing Lee. As of right now, that is the Lee replacement. I don't mind Michelli. Actually had a better year than I thought he would last year. But is he?
That's what I thought.
Turning any needles there? And
I don't know. If you're signing Roslovic, why wouldn't you not sign Michelli? But we talked about the whole Roslovic and Austin Matthews connection. They were trying to get Werenski. So
yeah, that would be why I would say that. I would have rather have had like on ice. I'd rather have Michelli, but if Roslovic helps you get Werenski, I would do it too.
Yeah. They got Vitek Vanacek there. They signed Matt Kessel to an entry level, and then Tony DeAngelo a few days ago, 2 years, $4.5 million per. But yeah, Michelli was the big offseason signing to replace Anders Lee. Yeah, I don't know about the Isles, man.
Yeah, and I think they're back up now. They went and Vanacek.
Yeah.
But they do have Varlamov is still there. I don't know if he's going to play, but.
Yeah.
Byram, the new reach around. I mean, if Byram regresses, absolutely. But if he continues going the direction that he was going, no. But I just think they just spewed all over Bedard trying to get him signed. That's basically the main reason for that.
Yeah. I like Ottawa locking up Jordan Spence, 4 years, $5 million
seems light, man. That guy really has improved every single year. I think that was a good move.
Yeah. I think that's
when you look at like Trouba getting 8.5, fuck. Yeah, solid signing. Erison, we were talking about because we're betters. In Philadelphia, Erison just went off in this after the Olympics pretty well. Played well. I don't know if that – I know the goalie coach knows him very well. He's Allmark's goalie coach, so he seems to believe in him. I'm not going to throw that out yet. I know that it doesn't look good like overall for his career, but I'm not going to throw that away. Michelli is a 3-zone. Not bad, yeah. He's not bad. It's not like – he's not going to like – I don't know. I think he played against pretty low comp again. I know when he was in Utah, they really I guess it was Arizona. They really gave him sheltered minutes, but he didn't have that in Toronto as much, I don't think. Yeah, he played against higher competition. Average. He's about as average as you get. He's about as average as you get. About an average third liner he's turned into, which is good. I mean, but that was also a big bump for him, so his upside could be higher yet. It's not a bad signing. I don't think it's that bad. He surprised me last year, and he could keep on surprising. So,
what do you think of the upside of Mackie Samoskevich?
He is not. You're right. He is not Kevin Fiala or Jason Robinson defensively, especially Robertson. Not even close. What's that?
What do you think of the upside of Mackie Samoskevich?
He hasn't really had an
Is it-
opportunity to go hard. I think he probably had his bad. I'm going to have to look it up. I haven't really looked him up.
Because it feels like Florida picked and chose their spot where to trade that guy, and they know.
I think
picks,
he's got a lot of upside. Actually, I think that was a good pickup for Seattle.
Yeah. Because they got a first rounder and a conditional second for him, but it feels like they targeted Seattle because they don't Seattle being good by the time they make those picks. So there'll be a decent first and a good conditional second.
Yeah, but I think that particular move was good for Seattle. He hasn't really played against top comp yet, though. But it's only 23, and he's done well against low comp. So, yeah, I see that turning out pretty well for them. I don't mind it. Good for him. He gets to make some money too because there just was no spot for him in Florida. So.
Yeah. Seattle locked them up. I think right away, 3 years, 11.55.
What have we not covered yet? Oh, I liked Van Riemsdyk for Pittsburgh. I was talking about that sneaky little. It's 35.
Yeah,
he does well as a 3D, even at his age. It's still a good pickup for him. I don't mind that at all. We talked about Comrie. Comrie's Comrie signs a 2-year contract. Is that because Nedeljkovic isn't going to be there? What's that price? 1.1 probably. As a third,
where do you go?
He's going to be a third stringer there, right? For 1.15. He's going to ride a bike for $1 million.
Where did he
go?
San
Jose. They got Nedeljkovic and Askarov. Yeah. He's great in the room, from what I understand. Funnier than shit. Makes everybody laugh. He's that kind of guy. So he's like for a third stringer to be able to ride the bike, play like 10 times, maybe 8 games in a season or something like that.
Yeah, 2 years, 2.3. So he's making a little over $1 million a year.
Killing penalties, protecting 1-goal lead. Possibly that's only one zone defensively, though. I'd have to take a look at that, JD. That's only one zone defensively. So, I mean, yeah, it's killing penalties is totally different. You can be a very good penalty killer and be absolute shit 5-on-5. You can be a good 5-on-5 guy and not kill penalties well. So, I'd rather have 5-on-5 guys and pay lower for guys that are really good at staying in lanes and blocking shots. Penalty killing, PK is a lot easier defensive talent than playing 5-on-5 defensively.
You know what's funny? I think the Leafs are positioning themselves to UA because they're signing these 2-year deals for these guys. And what's going to happen after 2 years is Austin Matthews' deal is up. And that's when McDavid's deal is up. And the Leafs are going to have a shit ton of cap space after these short-term picks for these free agents. And they're going to make a run at McDavid.
Who's that?
The Leafs.
The Leafs, and I think Dallas is probably going to be in there doing the same thing. But
that's why they're signing all these short-ass term deals.
Yeah, could be.
To these guys in Toronto.
Just mailing it in, really. But they can't. They don't have a first-round pick, but they might trade those guys for picks in the at the deadline. That's what I'm saying. Like some of those guys have perceived value. So put Rosovich on the power play because he didn't play power play in Edmonton. Put him up there with on the top line and just say, don't worry about defense, dude. Just get your numbers up to about 25 so we can get a second-round pick for you or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nick Paul, Sissons, Rosovich, Bluger, all these guys can go right at the deadline.
Yeah.
For fucking picks, and you can circumvent that first protected you're sending to Boston.
Yeah,
You
the
don't have to
Boston
bottom
is
out
protected, right? So they could tank again next year.
No. If Toronto finishes dead last in the year, Boston gets that Toronto.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. They're getting that pick.
Yeah.
So they can't be. I don't know. It's weird. Like you're not going to be probably trading at the deadline. Then you don't want to be losing that
Unless it goes sideways.
unless it goes completely sideways. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I think they'll probably bubble. So it's just a middle round pick you're going to lose. I think they'll probably bubble.
Yeah. We'll try to make the playoffs.
When was Rozovich worried about defense? When he was played on a third line? Never worried about it. I know he might have worried about it, but he didn't know what he was doing while he was trying to do it. Carolina thought they could turn him into something, and then they ended up having to play Jarvis and Stahl with him just to make up for the fact that he was like terrible. That's why they just let him go. You don't want to have to play your two best shutdown guys with a guy just to make up for the fact that he's on the ice. They only played him on 5-on-5.
Oh, Florida grabbed Lars Eller too, eh?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
There's a number 4C for the Panthers. There's Lars Eller, fourth line center.
It's okay. They got their top 9 is so strong. They don't need much of a fourth line anyway. I think he's actually for a fourth liner, he's all right. Hasn't he won a cup too? Didn't he won a cup in Montreal then, or in Washington?
Washington. Yeah. I think Washington, yeah. Ratko Gudas signed a 6-year, $9 million deal. He did like the Marchand contract.
1.5, man. 1.5 a year. He'll be on the IR after year 3 and sipping in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Just like him and Marchand.
Yeah. So who's playing net for the Panthers next year? They grabbed Akira Schmid.
Markstrom. We already said that.
Oh yeah, Markstrom and Schmid. Yeah. There's their tandem. Yeah, Markstrom and Akira Schmid. There's your goalies for Florida next year.
I think we got through it all, dude.
Yeah.
I think we nailed everything there. Vegas, did Vegas sign anything else I didn't know? Olafson, brought him back. I think they had him already one time, right? Tomasino, just a bunch of guys to basically Gatcomb, Lachinsky, guys for the minors that they can call up that have some NHL experience. Not bad. Desjardins, I like that. Skinner went to Winnipeg. And I didn't talk about that, too. This will finish off with Winnipeg, too. How in the world? Ferrero had 2 really good years in San Jose. Better than I thought he was going to be. He's maybe not the best defensive defenseman in the league, but it was pretty good. And he has to go to Winnipeg for $4 million a year? How is that? How is nobody coming? I don't understand that. Great move for Winnipeg. I just don't know how anybody else wasn't on that for a little more. I thought he would be on a Ranger. And then Stuart Skinner goes there. That's kind of scary. You're paying Skinner, $3 million, and you're paying Hellebuck $10 million? Really? Really? Why would you want to do that? Unless Hellebuck is on his way out. I don't understand.
Yeah, or it's trade deadline move next year.
Yeah.
For Winnipeg.
Didn't really add much. I mean, I like that Ferrero move, but I thought Schwartz would go there or somebody would go there. Like that team making the playoffs next year, man.
Noel Gregor.
Noel Gregor, that's gonna push you over the top. Oh man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
No. Well, we'll see where it goes, man.
Yep, that's my full 42, man. I gotta get to sleep.
Same.
Right on. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Thank you, JD. Always love your comments. And you got to come on sometime so you can tell me I heads up my ass in full face. He got mad at me because I said Kiprio's had his head up his ass. Said it's like, if I had a dime for every time somebody told me that in my life, Jesus Christ, I think Kipper can handle it.
He wouldn't get mad at you if he didn't care, Pearlo. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, by the way, none of this is serious, right? We are talking about hockey, right? If you're getting your panties in a knot over a fucking hockey game, you probably got to go get some help. We're having fun here, boys and girls. And we will again in this summer. I don't know how many times I'll be coming on throughout, but I will be coming on for sure. I can't stop. Can't stop doing this. If I could, I would have probably a long time ago and probably saved myself 2 divorces. But we're on. See you again, Rico. Enjoy your summer, golf, and all of those sort of things. Oh, you don't golf. Do you golf?
Oh yeah, I golf, but Pearlo, I know you got to keep doing this, man. You gotta please the Jaime shareholders.
Jaime's
man,
body
the
loop
guys
is
that
the
are
best. Sorry, I said it. Yes, barbecue. Should have had the barbecue up thing. But we're working on a new summer thing going on right now too. Sea breeze is one of them. That's going to be cool. I think I heard a little birdie say something about a yacht, like out on the water yachting type thing theme coming up here for the next. Yeah, buddy. Sea breeze is going to be one. So be watching out for that. Be watching at the Costco. Get your bats, boys and girls. Jaime's Body Lube. And of course you can if you want. I would recommend you do. Pay it's only $150 for a full year of picks, usually somewhere between 400 and 700 units a year, and all the frolic in the land over at Winnable. Go pick that up. Also, can't forget swag, crush ball player, man. He's just nailing. He's $25 a month, but I got to get to bed. So see you later, everybody.